Welcome you all. We'll start with the fifth session of learning Perl language. So this is our agenda. Today we'll start with regular expression. There are a lot of things we need to learn in this chapter, and there are some of the groups. There are different kind of regular expressions you need to explore, and you need to learn according to the requirement. And this is the basic part, so we'll discuss on what actually the regular expressions are there and what are the major things involved in the regular expression for understanding what actually it is. Okay, so I request all of the students to work on regular expressions, trying to find a lot of different kind of expressions, and they can script according to what they have actually learned. So this will start with what actually are the regular expression. Okay, so a regular expression is called as a pattern. Okay, it's nothing but the pattern in the Perl is a template that either it does the matches. Okay, it gives either it matches or doesn't match a given string. Okay, it's all about checking according to the pattern whether it match or whether it doesn't match. And there are infinite number of possible text strings, okay, that can be written in any kind, any possibly the different ways of writing a string. And a given pattern divides the infinite set into two groups. Okay, the one that matches and one that doesn't, right? And a pattern may match just one possible string, or just two or three or a couple of things, or it can be infinite. Okay, or it can match the string except for the one, right? You can match all the string except for the one, or except for the sum of the things, or except for all the infinite number. Okay, and Perl may also have the feature that set it apart from the other languages. So this is what the regular expression. So it's the important part in this Perl language, and of all those features, one of the most important is about these features. Okay, and this makes it fast, flexible, and reliable string handling. So now we'll go with the learning with the simple pattern, and after that we will also discuss on the different kinds what is actually involved in regular expression. To match a pattern, for example, to match a simple kind of pattern, a regular expression, you can say against the content, so it will be stored. So with the operator, the dollar underscore, and simply put that pattern between the pairs of the following slashes. So what you want to compare, and this is how you can do that. Okay, so we have the operator with the dollar underscore, and we have put this is the value, the bits is bits Pilani. Okay, so now we want to compare, so we can put it between these slashes. Okay, and this is the bits, and it will check if it matches with this particular string, and yes, it is matching, then it will print yes, it's matched. Okay, the expression which is put into between the slashes, the bits, will look for all the characters, the four characters, the B, I, T, and S, and it finds, and if it is true, it will return the value true. And in this case, it found more than one, right? If there are more than one, it can found. It's been there, but that doesn't make any kind of difference. Okay, so it is found in the match, and that's all, and it will return a true value. And if it doesn't find, for example, if you want to check, okay, the Goa, it doesn't find, then it returns the false value and it fails. Okay, so now the Unicode properties. So instead of matching a particular character, okay, so what you want to do, so you want to match a type of character. Say that, okay, we have the digits to match, or else we want the spaces, the white spaces to match, or there is something kind of for example, we have hexadecimal values, okay, the binary values, so we want to check that is part of the string. Okay, so that part of the data what we want to check. So how we can do that? So we can use the Unicode properties. For example, here you can see the slash P. Okay, this is the what it makes a difference. So this is not a character, this is not taken as data, but it's taken as a type of character. That is what this space we are putting it into curly braces, and it wants to find the kind of spaces. There are different kind of possible characters, and the string has some white spaces. For example, you have a digit. Okay, you want to tell. So this is kind of a Unicode property. You want to tell the P, and okay, and you want to compare with the kind of digit, what actual digit is there. So if the data has the digit into the string, then this loop will be true, and it will print the string has a digit. Okay, same way you want to have the hexadecimal, but here the pattern is a little bit of different. You want to see that, okay, so it has 2 hexa digits, right? It has 2 hexa digits, and each of the hexa digits stands here between this, okay, 0 to 9, and after that capital A to F and small a to F, right? The hexadecimal will stand between this from from 0 to 9. Okay, that is actually the hexadecimal is from between 0 to F, right? The digits are from 0 to 9, and the uppercase A to F and the lowercase a to F. Okay, you want to check with the hexadecimal values with a particular string. So here, so you will be checking by giving the 2. The string has a pair of hexadigits, right? The pair of hexadigits. So this way, so you can use the Unicode properties. Now, how you can use the meta characters? What actually is the meta character? For example, this has been represented with the dot. It's a wild card character. It matches any single character except a new line, right? It matches with all a single character except that of a new line, that which is represented by /n. So the pattern, for example, the bet dot y would match what actually it is after dot. Okay, so dot, it can be any kind of character except the new line. Okay, after that it can have y, or it will match what actually it can match. It can match bet. So for example, we have the character sy, it can match that, or we have the equal to, right? Or the bet y, or any other string that has bet followed by one character except that of new line, which has been followed by y. This is what it means. Okay, the dot always matches exactly the one character, that is called as a meta character, the wild card character. And the black slash in the front of a meta character, for example, it makes it a non-spatial. For example, you have the value, it's a real number, okay, 3.14159. Okay, you have the value there. But if you put dot, it's something like you have a different character. No, it's not that kind of value. But you want to put a difference, it's actually a dot. So what you want to put a difference is by using the black slash, right? So this is actually a dot. It's not as a wildcard character, that is for the meta character, but it adds as a 3. If the data will be taken, the string will be taken as 3.14159, right? So this is how you need to write, and you need to concentrate while programming and while writing the script. Okay, so now we'll discuss on grouping in patterns. You can use the parenthesis, okay, for the pattern, the kind of pattern you want, and you want to compare with that. So the parentheses are also the meta characters. For example, we can see, for example, here the slash bits. So we are comparing the bits, and we are given this, the operator, the plus, which matches the strings. For example, the s. So after that, the previous thing, what is on to the right. So but the string, it will check on what actually on to the right. That, for example, it will check like, for example, are these kind of words, the bits, yes, repeatedly. Okay, so this matches the strings of the after onto the right hand side. But that doesn't happen very less, but you want to just check if it is repeated. For example, here the bits is repeated. Okay, so you are putting into parentheses that, and after that you are giving the character the plus value here. So the matches the strings like bits, which are repeated. Okay, so which more, this is what we need to check. For example, we have a document and we want to check is it repeated, or the word is repeated in a word. Okay, so that's how we can do that. Okay, and after that also we can use something, the black slash followed by the number 1, 2 and so on. What actually it does, this number denotes the capture group. Okay, the capture group, we can understand this by using this example. Okay, so we have the value ADBA. Okay, so now we have given dot. Okay, as you can see here, we have put it into parenthesis, right? For that /1. After this, so print, it matches the same character next to itself. For example, we have one of the character. After that, is it repeated for once? Okay, is it repeated after the value? Okay, after any kind of character, after the first character A, it will check. Okay, the B, is it repeated for 2 times? One for repeatedly for 1 time, it matches the BB character. Okay, so the Perl will start by using the dot to match the next character. For example, again you want to do, you can see with the example here, YABBA and DABBA DOO. Okay, so now we want to check the characters which are repeated. For example, ABBA, for if it is repeated with another character or not. So this is where you can do, for example, /y. Okay, this is taken as the data. Okay, and okay, between the 2 slashes, and you have y and 4 dots. Okay, after that, is it repeated once after D value? It matches the same after Y and B. Okay, this is how it will check. This is how you can do groupings in a pattern. The group of pattern, how you can actually check. Okay, this is the beautifulness, and this is what you can do by using only the Perl language. Okay, now we have some kind of alternatives how actually you can do. Okay, you can also use the vertical bar. Okay, which is often called as OR in the usage. Okay, which means that either the left side may match or the right side may match. That is the part of the pattern on the left side of the bar or onto the right side of the bar. Is it matching or not? We'll check. For example, we have that between the slashes. So this is the pattern. We have either Pilani or the Goa or Hyderabad. Does it match with a particular string? So this means that is it Pilani or Goa or Hyderabad? You want to check. For example, you want a pattern like this. So you can see with the example here, bits. After that, you have a tab and the Pilani. You want to check that if it matches bits and Pilani, which are separated by the spaces or tabs or a mixture of two. Okay, this plus means that to repeat one or more time. Okay, the plus, it can repeat one or more times. Each time it repeats, $T also make a chance to make either with the space or the tab. So this is how you can do by alternative by using the vertical bars within the grouping of the patterns. Fine, I think you are clear on what actually we have in regular expressions. Okay, so we will go with the next kind, like the character classes. So as we see in the previous example for the hex, we have written like 0-9 and uppercase A dash, right, F uppercase F and A dash uppercase small f. What actually it takes? A character class is a list of possible characters inside the square brackets, how we can represent here by using the square brackets, which matches a single character from the class. Okay, it matches only a single character, but that one character may be any of the ones you list in the bracket. For example, we have here A, B, C, W, X, Y, Z may match any one of those 7 characters. Out of these 7 characters, it may match. If it is there, then it will give that value. For convenience, what we can use by using the -1, right? For A to C, that is what values we can have it here, A, B, C, and W, X, Y, Z, W to Z. This is how we can write it. Okay, that doesn't match. This saves of our typing. It makes us easier to write and make the sense. And also you can use for A to Z and A to Z. Okay, from lowercase and uppercase, and to match any of these letters. So this will give a set of 52 different characters, right? 26 and this 26. Also we can have the caret. Okay, so this character, the caret, we can start from the characters which can negate. For example, that is caret DEF, which match a single character except one of those 3. Okay, it is negating. So we don't want the words with which are having the characters D, E and F. Okay. Also we have something like this, so where you are negating, and by using /D or /W or /S, this represents as a non-digit. Okay, the character you are using negating, non-digit, non-word character and non-white space character. Okay, so this you can also get to know. And even if you want to check with the uppercase counterparts, it's using like this. Okay, /D, W or S, these match any character out of the counterpart which would not match. For example, /D, which means that any digit or any non-digit. It's not, we don't have any kind of lowercase or uppercase. What does it mean by capital D, uppercase D and lowercase d? The lowercase d, which means any digit. Okay, and uppercase D, it means any non-digit, all the characters which are non-digit. Okay, this means all characters. This is to say that all characters at all it will give. So this is some of the classes what you can use onto the characters, and a lot of things we'll also discuss. Okay, so now the next thing is about the matching with the regular expressions. What actually is the matching? We use the character n between the slashes. We want to match. Okay, we want to check the pattern in between the pair of this forward slash, like the bits. But this can actually, and we have done already before this, right? We have written the characters between the slashes. We can use by using the match character by writing m. Okay, this m, what it can do, for example here, okay, pattern match operator. So this slash is not only the one pattern match operator. You can also use any kind of different operator. As you can see here, the same can be written, for example, m with using the curly braces, or you can use the character written on less than, or you can use also the curly braces, or you can use from by between the square brackets. So this is how it will make sense. Also you can use the comma. Okay, so these are the things, the characters you can use between to match the pattern. Okay, rather than using the slashes. Okay, or else you can use with that also. So how? We will take with an example. For example, you want to match with HTTP, as you have this value HTTP : /. Okay, so you want to check. So for each, how you can write by using that. So you for the slash. So this is the value you need to consider. So we put slash, then okay, the black slash, then you put the forward slash for the HTTP, then black slash want to contain the forward slash, you put again a backslash between that. Right, so this can be easily really easily read by using the matching operation between. Okay, so between two quotation mark, or else you can use the any kind of other delimiters to code this content. So this makes sense and easier to read and debug. Okay, this is also you can write like this by using the parentheses. Okay, the percentage. So HTTP dot onto the forward slash. This is the value what you want to match. Right. This is how you can use. So there is one more thing to make case insensitive pattern. For example, so that you want to match bits as easily as bits or capital P as bits, use the /I modifier. For example, if right within the forward slash you have the value and put as I, this makes as case insensitive match. Okay, case insensitive match. So this match will give bits and all lower bits, all uppercase bits, all lowercase bits, or uppercase B with all lowercase ITS. Okay, this match will use with the case insensitive. Okay, now what is the quantifiers? The quantifiers in a pattern means to repeat the preceding item a certain number of times. Okay, you want to check. Okay, you want to, that has been repeated a certain number of times. For example, we can see here A with the curly braces 5, 15. This will tell you between 5 to 15 repetitions of a letter. What is that? The letter A. Is it repeated between 5 to 15 times? We want to check. Okay, so if it is repeated 3 times or to few than to that, it won't match. If it is repeated more than 5 or between 5 to 15, either it can be 10, 5, 6, 10 till 15. It gives it as a match. And if it appears as a 20 times, for example, more than 15, 20 times, just the first 15 will be matched, and since that's the upper limit which has been given, it will give before that of the upper limit. Okay. If you omit the second number, for example, you write only 5 comma by including the comma, there is no upper limit to the number of items. The item will match whatever it's more than that of 5. Also, you can write like this, right? The bits, okay, 3 comma. What it does, it gives if the bits is being repeated more than 3 times, 3 or more than 3 times, with no extra character like spaces allowed between each bits and the next. So there is no upper limit for that, and maximum what it can give. So it's about it's all of 88 instances of the bits that you had a string with that many kind of strings. Okay, so the maximum is about the 88 instances what has been given. Okay, and if you omit the comma, okay, if you omit the comma as well as the upper bound, the number given is exact the count. Okay, you want to make, it's not about the range, you want to count if it is exactly this number of counts. So for example, the word you are given here exactly 8 number of times, which match exactly the 8 number of characters. Okay, so this is how you can do by using the quantifiers, which means the pattern which are repeated. Fine. So now I request the students to work more on regular expressions. There are a lot of regular expressions, right? So they can go through onto that, explore yourself and work onto your projects. And if you get any kind of doubt, if you want any kind of information during your PS, so you can just send me a mail or you can contact me, right? So thank you all of you for learning the Perl language and going through all the recorded videos.